Hello everyone. In the last lecture, we start a new point, that is crystal defect or the defect in a crystal. We classified defect in a crystal into three main classes. First one is the point or the atomic defect. Second one is the electronic imperfection, and third one is the line defect or dislocation. We also focused on the first, that is the point defect, in which we classified point defect into stoichiometric, impurity, and non-stoichiometric, and we finished first, that is stoichiometric, under four subheadings: vacancy defect, interstitial defect, that is the self-interstitial defect, Schottky defect, and last one is the Frenkel defect. In this lecture, we will going to discuss about the non-stoichiometric effect and the impurity defect. In impurity defect, we discuss substitution impurity defect and the interstitial impurity defect, as well as in the non-stoichiometric defect, we learn about the metal excess defect and the metal deficiency defect. And lastly, we also discussed about electronic imperfections and the line defect or the dislocations. But if you are new to my channel, then please subscribe my YouTube channel, like and share the videos, and post your most valuable comments. Thank you. We start with impurity defect. The defect arises in ionic crystal due to the presence of some impurities, ions at the lattice site or at the vacant interstitial sites is called as impurity defect. This defect is arise when foreign atoms are present at the lattice site in place of host atom or at the vacant interstitial site in crystal lattice. There are two kinds of impurity defects: substitutional and interstitial impurity defect. Then first, substitution impurity defect. If the impurity of cation is substituted in place of a regular cation, then it is called substitution impurity defect. Alloys are formed by substitution defect. For example, in brass, copper metal atoms are substituted by zinc metal in the ratio 3:1 at regular side. These are the copper atoms, and in the ratio of 3:1, some copper atoms are replaced by zinc atom like this, and here the brass is formed. This is alloy. Zinc atoms and the copper atoms. This defect is called as the substitution impurity defect. Now, another example is to create a vacancy through alloy-valent atom. Vacancy is created by the addition of impurities of alloy-valent ions. Alloy-valent ions means ions with an oxidation state different from that of host ion. Suppose this is our host ion, but another ion which has a different oxidation state than this Na positive. During the crystallization of NaCl, a small amount of SrCl2, strontium chloride, as an impurity is added, in which Sr2 positive, that is the strontium dipositive ion, occupy some of the regular sites of Na positive, that is the sodium positive host ion. This sodium positive, Na positive ion is called as the host ion here, and when the crystallization of the NaCl is carried out, the small amount of a strontium chloride is added. From the strontium chloride, strontium dipositive ion is released, which occupies the host ion site, that is the Na positive site. In order to maintain the electrical neutrality, every Sr dipositive ion remove two sodium ions like this. Here, two sodium ions are replaced by one strontium ion. Here, one Na positive, and this is which is replaced by, this is the second, and these two sodium positive ions replaced by this one Sr dipositive ion, that is the strontium dipositive ion, and this ion is called as the allovalent ion, and this vacancy is due to the sodium ion. The next one is the interstitial impurity defect. If the impurity of cation is present in the interstitial position, then it is called as interstitial impurity defect. For example, stainless steel. Stainless steel is the alloy which is formed by the combination of iron and carbon. The interstitial voids or the space which are present in between these iron atoms are occupied by the small sized carbon atom as an impurity. As a result of this, a new compound which we called here as an alloy is formed, and that is called as that is well known as a stainless steel. But as these carbon atoms are present as an impurity, so it is called as interstitial impurity defect. Stainless steel is an interstitial alloy formed by introducing carbon atoms as an impurity. Then non-stoichiometric defect. If an imperfection causes the ratio of cations to anions or atoms of one kind to that of other kind becomes different from that indicated by its chemical formula, then the defect is called non-stoichiometric defect. Non-stoichiometric defect is of two types: metal excess defect and metal deficiency defect. Then first discuss about the metal excess defect. Metal excess defect may occur in either of the following two ways: small a, by anion vacancies or F center, and small b, by the presence of an extra cation in the interstitial site. Then first we see about by anion vacancies or F center. A negative ion may be missing from its lattice site, leaving hole which is occupied by an electron, thereby maintaining an electrical balance. The trapped electron called F center. Like this. As this electron is present inside the crystal instead of anion, this is called as the F center. F is nothing but the Farbenzenter, which is derived from German word. And generally this Farbenzenter is used for color center because they are responsible for imparting the color to the crystal. This defect is similar to Schottky defect and is found in a crystal having Schottky defect. This type of defect imparts color to the colorless crystal. In this crystal, because of presence of an electron instead of an anion, this is called as the F center, and this F center, that is the presence of electron inside the crystal, is responsible for the color of the crystal. This is better understand by considering the example of a sodium chloride crystal. When sodium chloride crystal is heated in the atmosphere of a sodium vapor, then sodium atoms are deposited on the crystal surface. This is our sodium crystal, and over this sodium crystal we passed sodium vapor, which consists the sodium atoms. When the sodium vapors passed over this crystal, then the sodium atoms are deposited on the crystal like this. Because of this, chloride ions diffuses from their regular sites like this and combines with sodium atom on the surface to form NaCl by releasing electron from sodium atom. Cl negative ion, that is a chloride ion, released from the crystal and combined with this sodium ion, and it get converted into the NaCl. But for the formation of NaCl, Na must be positive. So this sodium atom releases one electron here and it get converted into the Na positive. So this Na positive and this Cl negative, it combines to form the NaCl and this electron release free. The electron diffuses into the crystal. This electron diffuses into the crystal and occupies this vacancy or the vacant site of the chloride ion like this. Means again F center is created here, which is responsible for the color of the crystal. Due to formation of F center, NaCl shows yellow color. NaCl shows yellow color. NaCl has excess Na. NaCl has excess Na because in this crystal, because of release of Cl negative ion or the diffusion of a chloride ion, vacancy is created. That is, the number of anions are less than number of cations. Means again, metal cations are excess. So this defect is called as the metal excess defect. On cooling, they again turn into white due to reverse reaction. That means this reaction is a reverse also. Metal excess defect can also be occur by a neutral atom or a positive ion occupy interstitial position. Extra cation occupying interstitial site with the electron present in another interstitial site to maintain electrical neutrality cause metal excess defect. This defect is similar to Frenkel defect and it is found in a crystal having Frenkel defect. For example, if ZnO is heated, it loses oxygen and turns yellow. After hitting a ZnO, it turns into the yellow color. So the reaction is ZnO is converted into the Zn dipositive plus half O2 plus 2 electrons are released. Now there is excess Zn dipositive ions in the crystal and its formula becomes changed slightly. The excess Zn dipositive ions thus formed like this, excess Zn dipositive and electron get trapped into the vacant interstitial site in the lattice while electrons are entrapped in the neighboring interstitial site. This entrapped electron increases the electron conductivity of ZnO and turns yellow. This is like this. Zinc Zn dipositive occupies this interstitial site while electron occupy the neighboring interstitial site. On cooling, they again turn into white due to reverse reaction. Then we discuss about the metal deficiency defect. This defect is possible only in the compounds of a metal that show variable oxidation state. It means that here we discuss about the elements or the metals which shows the variable oxidation state, more than one different type of oxidation state, And generally, here we consider the example of a transition element or the d block element. For example, iron, FeO, Fes and the NiO. These are the d block elements. In some crystal position, metal ions are missing from their original lattice site. This is the crystal of NiO. This is the crystal of NiO. One Ni dipositive ion is missing, creating a vacancy at its lattice site like this. One Ni dipositive is missing here, create here vacancy. But in order to maintain the electrical balance, two Ni dipositive, that is the nickel dipositive ions, get converted into the Ni3 positive ion. It means that in order to maintain the electrical neutrality, two positive ions are balanced by this two Ni3 positive ion by changing their oxidation state, +2 to +3. The composition of NiO is again changed slightly, and this type of defect is called as the metal deficiency defect. In this case, the number of cations are less as compared to anion, so it is called as metal deficiency defect. Metal deficiency and metal excess defect is, remember, simply when the number of cations are greater than the number of anions, then it is called as a metal excess defect, and when the number of cations are less compared to anion in a crystal, called as the metal deficiency defect. This corresponding to defect in ionic crystal due to electrons. The perfectly ionic or covalent crystal at 0 Kelvin have electron present in the fully occupied lowest energy states. But at higher temperature, that is above 0 Kelvin, some of the electrons may occupy higher energy states depending upon the temperature. For example, silicon. In crystal of pure silicon, some electrons are released thermally from covalent bonds at temperature above 0 Kelvin. These electrons becomes free to move, and therefore they are responsible for the electrical conductivity. The bonds from which electrons have been removed becomes electron deficient, and these are referred as holes. The holes also gives rise to electrical conductivity, but the direction of a motion of holes in an electric field is opposite to that of the imperfections. These electronic imperfections are responsible for electrical conductance. The electronic and holes are generally represented by the symbol E, and E for electronic and small h for holes, and their concentrations by N and P. That means this part is related to the N and P semiconductor. Now, next is the line defect or the dislocation. The line defects are also called as dislocations. There are two main line defects: edge dislocation and screw dislocation. Then first, edge dislocation. If the edge of an atomic plane terminates within the crystal instead of passing all the way through it, it's called edge dislocation. As in this picture, here we see edge is to be dislocated. That means it is bifurcated here. It is not clear from this point. So this is called as the edge dislocation. Then second one is the screw dislocation. In screw dislocation, if parallel atomic planes normal to the axis are converted into a kind of a spiral ramp, it is called screw dislocation. Spiral means helically. In this picture, here we see that this part of this crystal and this part of this crystal not lying in the same plane. So this is called as the screw dislocation.